Hello, and welcome everyone. My name is Lisa Cunningham, and among my many hats, I am Director of Digital Communications at the Black Women's Health Imperative. And today, this event is all about our Change Your Lifestyle, Change Your Life program, or as we like to call it, CYL squared. And it is a part of CDC's National Diabetes Prevention Program, which helps participants empower themselves in a variety of ways during their 12-month, that's right, 1 year bit of education with new habits, lifestyle transformation, and it's a total experience. Because let's face it, right? Healthy habits, when it comes to eating right, being physically active, focusing on one's self-care isn't easy. And BWHI and our partners have witnessed this firsthand over the past 10 and a half years that we've offered this program. So clearly, lifestyle coaches supporting all participants in this group-based program are key to our participants' success. We know that when both participants and coaches are fully engaged and participants make positive behavior changes, the program can have a huge impact because the changes participants make can not only prevent or delay type 2 diabetes, but it can also prevent or delay other chronic illnesses. A lot of people don't know that. BWHI and our 3 Alabama partners introduced the National Diabetes Prevention Program for the first time in 2017. Prior to BWHI introducing the program to these 3 program partners, it had never existed within the high-need counties that they served. So we have created an important, invaluable resource. Well, you might be curious about our impact. We have several individuals on today's panel who are either participants or coaches in CYL squared affiliated groups with our Alabama program partners in Montgomery, Selma, and Tuscaloosa. They're going to share their experiences and insights after we play a video from each market. Now, this is truly exciting for me because I was able to go on the road as we filmed these videos and I met each of these amazing individuals. Let me just come on out and introduce our guests. First up, checking in from Montgomery, we have Tiffany Phillips.
Hey,
Hey,
Lisa.
Tiffany.
Hey, how are you? I'm so happy to be here.
Tiffany is a lifestyle coach with BWHI and the Wellness Coalition. And fun fact, she's also a certified personal trainer and wellness instructor. Next from Montgomery, we've got Muriel Peck, who is a participant. Muriel joined the program in 2019 and is currently enrolled in the year-long program for the 3rd time. Way to go, Muriel.
Hi, everybody. How you doing today?
Good. Now checking in from Selma, we've got Jennifer Young. Jennifer's a BWHI certified lifestyle coach. She's also an optometrist assistant at Rural Health Medical Program. She started as a coach in 2017, and now her parents, sister, and both brothers have been involved with the program. And who does she have with her today? She has her mother, Mrs. Versi Ford. She participated in 2018, and she and Mr. Ford celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary in 2022. They have farmed all of their lives, and she has always cooked meals with foods grown on the farm. I love that. Next up, checking in from Tuscaloosa, Regina Brooks. Regina is a BWHI certified lifestyle coach. She retired, now get this, she retired about 10 years ago as an X-ray mammogrammer. But hold on. She apparently couldn't adjust to retirement. So she asked to work at Watley Health Services, and among other roles she has held there, she has been a lifestyle coach since 2017. And Ms. Regina has type 2 diabetes. All right. So she's going to tell us more about that later. And Sheila Lee, let's bring her up. She is a participant who is a retired educator, Sunday school teacher for the seniors women's class, loving that, and also serves on the Saving Lives Health Ministry. Ladies, first of all, just give yourselves a round of applause for showing up today. All right. This is going to be a great program. I just wanted to kind of introduce everyone first. I'm going to send you backstage for a minute because we're going to get into these videos. All right? Deal.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk a lot about the videos because I truly want them to speak for themselves. The first city we stopped in was Montgomery, Alabama. And our partners at the Wellness Coalition showed us the impact that the program was making firsthand. Let's watch that video.
My name is Sabrina Krosky Jordan. I've been working for Simply Southern for approximately, well, in August it'll be 10 years. The owner is LaMonica. She's the owner and operator. She cooks her own food. Her mom used to own Talk of the Town, which was on Virginia Loop Road, until her health started to decline. High blood pressure, diabetes. She was on dialysis when she passed.
The black community is kind of ramped up with those type of diseases. You know, the brighter side is I see a lot more people trying to live more healthy.
Everybody has a story. When you see other people's results and their successes, it generally makes you happy on the inside. It does make you feel better, even for them, even if it's not you getting the victory.
You don't have to eat right. You don't have to eat totally healthy. You have to do better. My name is Demetria Pollard Moore. I am a lifestyle coach with CYL Squares in Montgomery, Alabama. Part of the reason I am really passionate about this program is because they didn't have this program when I was trying to lose 100 pounds. I was over 230 pounds at one point, and I didn't have any help helping me. So if this program was around during my time, all the depression and stressed out situations that I went through, I would have had someone to talk to. This program gets you connected with people that are actually going through the same thing that you're going through.
My name is Joy Simmons, and Tanya's my coach. This is my second go-round with the class. It has given me another opportunity. My son, my only child, recently died in November. I have 5 grandchildren, ages 15 to 3. I want to be around for them. I want to be able to do things with them. So each step of my journey, I think about my son because he was a health fanatic, and this is what he would want me to do. He would want me to be better.
I started looking at what I was eating and the harm I was doing to my body. It just changed everything. By being in this class, starting to do these things, it changed my life. I went from 275. After the first 6 months, I was down to maybe 240.
I was 260s, 250s, almost down to 200 pounds now. And I'm working hard. And the program has really taught me self-care for myself. Because like the last 4 or 5 years, I was busy taking care of both parents and sort of forgot about self.
The Wellness Coalition was proud to partner with the Black Women's Health Imperative for the Change Your Lifestyle, Change Your Life program. As I go along my day and I see so many Black women who need the education in order to change their lifestyle, the Wellness Coalition has an opportunity for them.
How many of y'all drink cola? This is the amount of sugar in a cola if you drink one every day for 7 days.
I've seen my grandparents have diabetes, high blood pressure, and I don't want my kids to look down the line and say, well, my mom has diabetes, you know, and fill out those forms. They're just a reminder of generational, because your weight affects all parts of you. And so I want my children to go out in the world mentally and physically and every way possible healthy. And it starts with me.
Just because your father took the medicine or your grandmother, it doesn't mean that that's your story. You don't have to receive that story as your own. You can change that. You know, there are preventive measures that you can take. Just changing the way you eat and moving your body, it goes a long way. I mean, we have natural occurring vitamins and things in the fruits and vegetables that we eat. And so we don't have to resort to the medical approach when we have the power within ourselves to change.
But portion control. The Wellness Coalition always offers incentives, and they give you plates to help you portion control. So one of the things, a lean piece of meat, carrots, asparagus, and this is rice.
When I joined the program, I was almost 200 pounds, and I came in to lose weight. But once I got here, I found out I had kidney problems. So I have been helped just by being in the program. It has helped me to eat better, helped me to know what I need to do, and also it has given me the courage to go through what I'm going through.
Prioritize the things that matter, and that is you. Your body was made to move. Your body was made to eat healthy. Don't worry about the mind things. Change your mind first, and then all of the things will begin to fall in place. I don't know about you, but I am here to grow, and I want you to grow with me. I really implore you to look at this program, and then you will see a piece of your life inside of it.
Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. That video just warms my heart. And I just can't think of anything better to do right now than to bring up a couple of individuals that were there when we filmed it, that participated. Tiffany, if you'd come back on screen, Miss Muriel, if you'd come back on screen, and let's talk about the things that have to do with this amazing program. I mean, Tiffany, you talk a little bit about it in the video, but can you talk about, as a lifestyle coach, some of the things that you do on a regular basis, day in and day out, to motivate your participants?
Yes, thank you. I have chills just from watching that video. Oh my goodness, such an amazing video. And I just have to start by saying that my time within being a coach for the CYL Square program has been so extremely rewarding. You know, it's been so rewarding to see those the participants come in and reverse a diagnosis of prediabetes, or to lose. I have a participant who's lost a total of 33 pounds. It's so amazing. And so some of the things that I do, as well as all the rest of the amazing coaches, right, is that high touch coaching. I think that is like the secret sauce, is the high touch coaching. Like, you are not just a number, you are a person. I see you, what you have to say matter. I value what you say. And if you don't show up, I'm calling you. Okay. You know, it's that high touch approach. Like, I'll send you an email, but if you don't respond to my email, like, girl, you was not there last week, ma'am, and I need to see where you at, type deal. So it's that like that genuine care. Like, I care about you. I'm concerned about you. And I think sometimes participants come into the program having tried to lose weight before. So sometimes you're the only one believing in that person, because everybody's like, oh, I've heard it all before. You didn't did this before. And so just to be that for them it's a privilege. It's such a privilege.
You're saying such a mouthful there because this thing is a journey, right?
Yeah.
This thing isn't a quick little sprint. We, you know, what do they say in church? We fall down, but we get back.
Right.
You get back up.
Yes.
And so you're the one helping me get back up, Tiffany.
I'm helping you get back up. Listen, you will not stay in that ditch. I'm not going to help you decorate your ditch. We're going to get out of that ditch together. Okay. No.
I love it. Well, name something that you try to do to explain to your participants to, you know, help them start prioritizing their health in a different way.
You know, I have to say that the Black Women's Health Imperative, they offer some great coaching for the coaches. And it's so important to, you know, because as coaches, we come in and we have an answer. And oftentimes we want to tell the participants what the answer is, but helping them to reach that answer themselves is going to be more beneficial than me just giving them the answer. So asking the right kind of questions, open-ended questions, and listening, and to see that light bulb go off when they start to answer their own questions, I've seen that impacts them more than me telling them what to do.
That's a really good point. Now, Muriel, you've been enrolled for 3 years now. Why? Tell me why this program is important to you.
Well, first of all, I joined CYO Squared for 2 reasons. My husband has type 2 diabetes, and I'm a recovering cancer patient. I had breast cancer a year prior to joining, and colon cancer last year. Learning about and adapting healthier eating for both my husband and myself has kept me motivated to sign in it each week. The first year was exciting because we met in person. We got a chance to exercise at the end of each session. Not only that, we got to meeting in the park to walk on Saturday mornings, and had boot camp with Martine, our CYO Squared coordinator, and Oliver, a physical trainer. And we also did some other fun things. We went bowling. We went out to a restaurant to put all of these things that we had learned into practice. And so it was a lot of fun as well as educational. Then the second year, after I had lost some weight and was excited about that, 2 weeks after the session started, COVID-19 hit. We went into Zoom classes and the program continued.
Yes.
I got a new lifestyle coach, Demetria Pollard. You saw her in the video.
Yes.
And we went ahead and continued the program. Well, during that year, I found out I had colon cancer. And my lifestyle coach, Demetria, and the group was so supportive throughout my chemo treatments that I did not miss a day logging on. I even logged on when I was in the hospital one day. So that shows you how dedicated I was to the program.
Now that's not Weight Watchers. That's not Jenny Craig.
Right? Come
no,
on now.
no, not at all. Not at all.
You can't call Jenny. They say you can't really call Jenny. You know that, right?
No, not at all. And even though my health issues were not related to prediabetes, I continued the program because it helped me to thrive. It helped me to keep track when planning meals for my husband, who does have diabetes. I plan to continue to CYL Squared and hope we can someday return to those in-person sessions.
Yes. Oh, that is just lovely. Tiffany, how does that make you feel when you hear those stories of impact?
I mean, it just makes me feel so good. You know, it's an encouragement to me. I learn from the participants probably more so than they learn from me. You know, it's this give and take, this push-pull type relationship. And it it encourages me to keep doing keep doing what I'm doing, because it's not Jenny. Nobody can get in contact with Jenny. You're in the hospital, right? And, you're still showing up because we make it fun. It's a lifestyle, it's a journey, and we are on that journey with you.
Together.
Yes.
Yeah. That room, that was one of those rooms in Montgomery where, the tears definitely started to fall because there was many stories that, the value of people being in community while trying to, navigate through life and meet some of their health and wellness goals. It blew me away. And you have to understand, I've only seen it from afar. So to be up in personal with you all was just incredible. It really was. Thank you for that. Thank you. I will always remember it. Okay, we're going to keep going, but I'm going to let you all go back, but promise you'll come back later, okay? And because we're going to keep talking after this is over with the next two videos, I'm going to bring everybody back. And you out there watching, if you've got questions, start getting them together because at the end, we want to hear from you, okay? Next up, we went to Selma, Alabama, and our partners at Rural Health Medical Program were amazing. It was my first time ever visiting a farm. I was super excited about that. But let's watch how these families are making some lifestyle changes from a generational standpoint. Let's watch this video.
And I know we have had some amazing changes with our weight loss and with our changing of our eating habits. I am Miss Jennifer. I am a coach for Change Your Lifestyle. I have been a coach for several years. We're gonna have a recap why it's so important to prevent type 2 diabetes.
Well, diabetic retinopathy is the #1 leading cause of preventable blindness. And the key in that is that it's preventable. So these people who are going blind from diabetes should not have to go blind if only they were to prevent the disease. It's rampant in this community, especially in rural environments. So it's very important that we continue to educate people of this process and to prevent diabetes.
It's in my family. So far, I've been fortunate enough to haven't to deal with any of it. My parents started this business way back in 1947. We've expanded our menu. We do grilled chicken, grilled fish, veggie burgers. We try to cater to everybody's needs.
My produce department, I put a new section in, different type of green smoothies they've been asking about. In my frozen food department, I think the product's called Morning Star. It's not really meat, it's like tofu that I had to get. There have been a few customers that come through and kind of want to go healthy and don't want to just buy the traditional stuff that we normally buy.
So our partnership with the Black Women's Health Imperative is essential to the work that we do here at Rural Health Medical Program. Programs such as Change Your Lifestyle, Change Your Life has allowed us not only to talk about type 2 diabetes prevention, it's a lifestyle change. It's going to get your Well Woman exam. It's about immunization for your children. It's about taking care of your mental health, physical health, self-care, self-love. It's given us an avenue not just to touch on diabetes, but changing your lifestyle, because taking care of the full patient body, mind, is also taking care of the soul.
Have my mom here with me today, and she has been in this program as well, and it has changed her lifestyle. No antibiotics, and we learned that in class by reading those labels. Another thing too I got for you, Mom, is this kale. What are some ways you can prepare kale?
You can stir fry it.
Yes.
Or you can just put it with, make a salad.
Tending to her chickens and that farm life, going to get her eggs, and all that physical activity, helping her to keep her weight healthy, helping her to decrease her medication that she is on, and all of that is keeping her healthier.
Yeah, I've been on this farm for about 30-some years.
37.
And that's the tomatoes over there.
I don't know what this is.
It's supposed to be collards.
At this point, I think that this is my life. This is going to be my lifestyle,
because I don't want to go back to weight gain. I don't want to go back to being tired. I told my daughter about it, my husband about it, and all of us are just going to do better.
I learned a lot. I really did. We enjoyed this program.
So I've seen in other countries in Ghana, in South America, even in Brazil, where poor people's needs are not met. And I see this great opportunity. I encourage people, young people, children, and their parents and grandparents to come and see and enjoy the services that rural health provides.
By the time we see that, oh, you're pre-diabetic, you're at that point where you have a chance to change something to prevent this from getting worse. And most of it is really with our diet.
How to impact additional people, we're reaching out to local entrepreneurs and employers and looking at, well, if you're offering healthcare benefits, is it affordable enough to where that person can cover themselves as the employee and their family members? So we've created memorandums of understanding and agreements with those employers and their employees to say, hey, we'll waive your copays to give you primary healthcare services. And we want you to have access to programs such as CYL Squared. We then also want to take care of that husband who could not afford to be on your healthcare insurance. And if he qualifies, we want to get some baseline labs. We want to provide him too with some patient education and enroll him in the program. And while you two are changing your life, changing your lifestyle, that will impact those children that are in your household and other family members.
Oh, wow. Another good one, another gem of a video that really shows the impact of the program. I want to bring up Jennifer Young. I want to bring up Jennifer Young with her mother, Mrs. Ford. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting to see you all again. First of all, Jennifer, you are a rock star because not only are you employed at the health center, you decided that you, as a coach, were going to bring your entire family into this program. What has that been like? Talk to me.
Well, it's been awesome. I had my entire family, like you said, my mom, my dad, my sister, 2 brothers, and I also included my church family as well. And it was just great having everyone on board. I actually had my class at the church after our meeting Sundays that we met. So that made it real convenient for everyone to attend. And we enjoyed it. It was fun for us. We enjoyed it. I think everyone got a lot of information, and we was live then. So we did a lot of different presentation cooking shows, healthy food items, and doing the measurements. We gave out door prizes when someone lose weight or when they kept up with their daily log. And it just made it interesting throughout. We also did an outings when we went to baseball games. So we had to walk to the stadium and walking back. That gave us our extra steps. And then choosing healthier food items from your vendors when you at those sports outings as well. And then, like I said, we were a family, so that would made those outdoor activities more enjoyable.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. Yes.
Now talk to me about the misconception, because I was on that farm for the first time. First of all, thank you for welcoming us into your family's home, because you did not have to do that. So thank you. But talk to me about this thing that I thought if you live on a farm, you're going to eat healthy because you've got access to all of this fruits and vegetables that's just right there. Why is it still challenging? Is it the way we prepare our food? Is it what's the challenge?
I think the challenge is this day and time, generationals, gaps. Individuals just do not farm the way they used to farm. I grew up on a farm. I moved away, but I am back on a farm again. And many of our young adults now have never experienced that farm life. Okay. So, right. And so they're used to the fast foods. They're used to the anything quick and to get to, especially if you're working outside of home. So then you have children. So you want to get the quickest item possible. So that's a big challenge. And like I said, we are in a rural area because that's what we grew up in. And so we're kind of, I guess, more adaptive than others that are not.
It's interesting. I'm finding that even when I travel abroad to places in the Caribbean, it's the same thing. The old way of life isn't as prevalent. So a lot of the grocery stores are carrying all of the bad things now. And it makes it harder.
Yes.
It really, really makes it harder. Mm-hmm. Now, Mrs. Ford, both you and your husband were in this program. Tell me maybe one or two important things that you learned in your process.
Well, one thing about it, we learn to eat healthier, and then keep exercising. Keep moving. That was one. Mm-hmm. And then moving. She would always tell us at least weigh yourselves so you can really kind of keep up with how are you losing or whatever, But if we eat healthier, we'll be losing weight.
Yeah. You learned about
and then working on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some of those seasonings that may not be the best for us.
Yes. Yes. And then too, growing up on a farm and working on a farm, you learn how to season your foods, not with those bought items, but with your onions and your bell peppers and your green peppers. So your garlic that we raise as well. So you learn to season food a different way when you're on a farm because you have those natural herbs and things that are grown from the earth.
That's right. That's the best seasoning there is.
And then when you're on a farm too, you learn, and then that's your physical activity when you're going to the mailbox, because our mailbox is not located right outside your front door, because we're in the rural area. So you're walking to the mailbox, you're out there feeding and watering your animals, you're out there tending to your garden. So all of those activities keeping you healthier and to live longer.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, now I want you all to come back. We're going to do another video, but come on back and we're going to talk more in group, okay? All right. Well, here we go. The last video that we're going to feature tonight is from, and last, definitely not least, is Tuscaloosa. Our partners at Rural Health Medical Program showed us so much because I actually got to witness a real class in session. I mean, everything from them weighing to, exercising, everything. So I'm not going to intro it anymore. Let's just play our next video.
I have lost 137 pounds. At my biggest, I was 347 pounds. I actually have a photo to show you guys whenever I was at my absolute biggest right here.
I've been in the
program for, I think this is going into my 6th year. You guys probably won't believe this, but I was actually probably about this wide just a few years ago. My name is Dexter Humphrey. I am part of the CYL Squared program. I was a participant and a coach. Whenever I was at my biggest, I was working, I was treating patients and things like that. And I was urinating all the time, just frequently and constantly like crazy. My blood pressure was fine. I was very tired, very fatigued and things like that. I couldn't figure out what was going wrong. My mom was, at the time, a type 2 diabetic. So I went to her house and I checked my blood sugar. My blood sugar was 636. And my mom went into a complete panic. If your blood sugar is at 650, that can put you in a what we call a diabetic coma.
Jemiah's going to get your weight, so if you'll just kind of come up one by one, I still will be talking to you.
The program is geared to prevent and or delay diabetes. It is a wonderful program and it does work. I myself am a type 2 diabetic, and had this program been around prior to, I don't think I would be diabetic presently.
What's some of the things that you do or you can do, recommend everybody to do?
I have to walk 30 minutes every day because of my cholesterol. I do that, I get 30 minutes in, and all through the day, I'm always busy doing something.
Yes, I did a lot of gardening yesterday. When I tell you that's a lot of exercise, I was very tired.
When I go through the house singing,
Okay.
I be dancing to it. But the only problem with that, my wife hollered and said, "Hey, hush that fuck." But I be enjoying myself, you know what I'm saying?
It's across our education levels, it's across our economic levels, trying to educate people on prevention. Steve Jobs said, make your food your medicine or your medicine will become your food.
A lot of people think that type 2 diabetes is hereditary, and it's not. Just because your grandmother had it, your mom or your dad had it, eating habits are hereditary. So if Big Mama taught Grandma how to cook like this, Mama taught, me how to cook like this, somebody has to stop the cycle.
My mother was a diabetic. She became a dialysis patient. She lost a foot, she had trouble with her eyesight, the whole 9 yards, and she passed at a very early age. And then when I looked at my mother's sisters, they all have been diagnosed with diabetes. So I thought, you know what, I want to be healthy, I'm gonna do this. And I was glad to become a participant.
I've learned to cook. I did a cabbage. My family came from Birmingham for Mother's Day, so I did the Mother's Day dinner. And I fixed the cabbage. As black people, we got to have a little fat back or a little ham hock and all that stuff in our greens and stuff. I actually did it in butter without the meat, no meat.
Did you tell the family first?
I let them eat, then I told them. My cousin Larry, he swore up and down, "Oh, this is so good, this is good." It made me. But anyway, he really loved it. We do the cookies and the cake, but not as much cookies and cake. And we definitely do more water out here than we do sodas. So I've learned a lot from just participating in this program.
I know from firsthand how hard it is on the caregiver as well as how hard it can be on the person living with type 2 diabetes. When this opportunity came up to prevent or delay the onset of type 2 diabetes within our community, I jumped on the opportunity and I've enjoyed the ride, I've enjoyed the people, that's why I'm here. I'm so happy to see y'all and I'm so proud of y'all.
It's making a difference in people's lives. It's about lifestyle changes, so we're glad to be able to partner.
As a pediatrician here at Watley Health Services, we are seeing an increase in our pediatric patients who are being diagnosed with either prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, both of which we usually see in adults. The wait right now to get into the clinic at Children's is almost a year. So there are very limited resources as far as where we can send our pediatric patients as well when we're concerned about prediabetes and obesity.
If you have the space to plant a garden, go ahead and show your children how to plant a garden. Most of the time, people my age or a little bit older, they have done that. So they need to pass those specific tools down to their younger generations to show them that work ethic and that you can grow your own fruit and it'll be healthy eating. So in order to be that happy person, You have to be healthy.
I have one participant, she is in jeans that she wore when she was in college, and she is in her 60s. She's just retired. She made a statement that her doctor told her he hated that she was fixing to retire, and she's 65, and she said, why? He said, because you're going to sit around and get fat. And she said, I wanted to prove to him that, that wasn't going to happen. And she said, and then after you teaching the class and everything, she said, I wanted to please you and make you proud of me. And that was so touching to me for her to say that she cared about what I thought of her doing the program, and what she could achieve, and knowing that she could do it. So she really set herself at a goal, and she surpassed it, and still is. It is a journey, but you're not on this journey alone.
But I really, really appreciate all this attention. Yes, thank you for loving us. Thanks. And come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will hold me to it.
Please do, because this is the first time I ever been on camera. Really? In the swamp? Let me show y'all my face. Oh, Lord.
Oh my goodness. That is too cute. Oh, I remember that like it was yesterday, Regina. Come on back, Regina. Let's talk. Miss Sheila, come on back. Oh my goodness. You get to see that and hear that all the time.
Yes.
When I tell you the stories about the possums and everything. Oh, I love all of it, because a lot of times when you live in a city like Atlanta, where I reside, you don't get a sense of that sort of community, right? And that's what I saw city to city. That's what I saw, was that type of community day in and day out with you all. Now, Miss Regina, you talked about this, but you have type 2 diabetes. You've had it for many years. What made you decide to become a lifestyle coach in this diabetes prevention program? Because it seems like you might have just said, look, I'm tired of even hearing the word diabetes, but you decided to pour into others. Tell me about that.
Well, I, like I said, before I retired, I'd been in the medical field for 30 years. And I, as a patient, understood how important it is to try to change and do things better, to have our health a lot better than what we have. I said, had this program been available to me when I became, I should say, one of my participants just said day before yesterday. Well, last week, I take the back, not day before yesterday. Last week, I started a new class down the street from our clinic. And the lady told me, she said, it is a class for diabetics. It's just a little program that we're doing here for the center. And she said, I was delusional. The doctor was telling me that I had diabetes, but I wasn't hearing it. It was going in one ear and out the other. My doctor was saying, Regina, watch what you're eating. Your blood sugar numbers are going up. Your A1C is going up. Okay. I'll see you in 3 months. Your blood sugar's going up. Blood sugar's going up. Okay. I'll see you in 3 months. And then eventually it got to, okay, your blood sugar is up. You're diabetic. I need you to take this medication. And I was like, what happened? It's just like overnight, it's just like a bomb went off. Like, what? I don't understand. I hadn't done anything any differently. And just the fact of your body adjusting to what you are doing is not producing the insulin like it needs to, is not utilizing the insulin like it needs to, come to find out. So what I started doing, I really had to break down. On my 40th birthday, I took my first shot of insulin along with the pill. So at that point, I was just like, no, this can't happen. This is enough right here. So that's when I decided I need to do something to be healthier. I didn't want to be where someone had to take care of me. I said, of course, in life, things do happen where someone does have to take care of you, not from any cause of your own. But if there's something I can do to help my health to be a lot better, that's what I needed to do. So I decided, when I heard about the program and they were talking about being a lifestyle coach, and I was all in, like I said, I hated retirement. I was out for 2 months. It drove me crazy. I said, I can't do this. I have to do something. And I knew I wanted it to be something that's going to help the community, because we as a community, for some reason, we do not get the same health care that a lot of our counterparts get. My aunt was a bad diabetic before she passed. I had several aunts, and my mother's diabetic as well. But my aunt did not want to bother, do the air quotes. She didn't want to bother the doctor asking him any question. He's busy. And I'm like, but you're paying this man.
Yes.
Your insurance is paying this man to help you understand what's going on. So ask questions. If you don't understand, say, wait a minute, break it down a little bit better.
Yes.
For not understanding what you're saying. But for some reason, we don't want to do that. We don't want to bother them. We don't want to rock the boat. But that's exactly what we need to do. We need to tip that boat over so we can get healthy. 2 things I learned working with the Black Women's Health Imperative is that the relationship with your doctor is a partnership. It is. I never had even conceived of that before. It's a partnership. So now when I go to the doctor, I come with my little list of things that, because I know you only got 20 minutes. So let me make sure I'm going to write down that list of things. Second thing I learned from the Black Women's Health Imperative, Dexter said it earlier in this in the video earlier, is that diabetes isn't hereditary. And so it doesn't mean I'm automatically going to get it. And it's just these myths we have to dispel, and we have to we have to course correct. Apparently you chose to course correct. How being a part of this program helped you? Well, a lot of information that I knew, but I kind of pushed it to the back, in my mind. The eating healthier. I call myself eating healthy because right now my diabetes is diet control, and it's been diet control for probably the last 13 years or so. So I watch what I eat, but I learn more about eating. And I am one of those, if you see me at the grocery store, you're going to see me flipping everything over, looking at the label. I tell everybody, they hear me say that so often. They said, I hear it in the back of my mind when I'm at the grocery store. And one of our new coaches that just got trained recently, she was teasing me over the weekend because she said she drinks those little Pepsis, the little small ones. And she said, I popped the top, and as soon as I did, I could hear your voice in my mind saying, there is no nutritional value in a soda, none whatsoever. Look at that can. It's nothing but sugar water that we used to do that's carbonated, but it's sugar water. So she was like, I was just like, I couldn't even enjoy my Pepsi because I kept hearing you say that. So it's just, getting some information out there, the correct information, I should say. I tell a lot of participants that, we hear things, someone says, well, someone at my church said this, or my aunt said this, my cousin told me this. People are not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to give you bad information. They think they're helping you by giving you this information, but it's the wrong information.
Yes.
So once we get out and we learn the information, share the love, spread the word, say, well, I learned today in classes, this is what I need to do. I need to eat 3 times, have 3 meals a day and 2 snacks.
Right.
When I say that, I tell people you need to eat 5 times a day. And they're like, 5 times? I'm like, wait. 5 times, not 5 meals, So have to break it down so everyone understands. And then what we understand is a healthy snack for us.
Yeah.
And that moderation, that's the worst thing, or the hardest thing, I shouldn't say the worst thing. Keeping that food log, Miss Sheila was just saying earlier, she said it was so difficult to get started, but it was so helpful to her once she did. And it is to see exactly, if you wake up, or getting ready to go to bed and you're like, I want a snack. Look back at that food log and see what you've eaten today. And then you say, let me get some water and go to bed. That's what I need to do.
Miss Sheila, talk to me about it.
Well, I went into the program excited to be a part of it. As I said, my mother was a diabetic, and I watched her health just literally take her out. So I was determined that I wanted to do the right thing in terms of taking care of myself and not becoming diabetic. I got in the program and I found the first thing that really helped is that even when you're on your own and you say, I'm going to try to eat right and do better, if you're doing it alone and if you're not as consistent and you don't have that group support, that group dynamics, that's the first thing I liked about it, is that our group bonded and we had a determination. It was almost a challenge. Let's just make sure we can do this. Of course, when we would come in and weigh, you definitely did not want to have not lost any weight. And you want, to be that person. The other thing is that the information that we were given was not over our heads. It was just really simple, factual things. Reading a label on the back of your food will really give you a lot of information. How much sodium is in there?
Yeah.
How many calories? How much sugar? Things that, especially the sodium and the sugar, were the things that we would watch. But the food log, I hated the food log. When I first started doing it, instead of using my sheet, if I was eating something, I'd jot it on a piece of paper and then I'd lose that piece of paper. I was thinking later I'd transfer it to my sheet. But that food log made me so conscious of what I was eating every day, whether it was healthy or not.
Right.
The other thing the program did was, and I heard someone say in one of the videos, is that you become aware and you think about what you're eating. So if you have to pick up something to eat one day, you're really conscious about that.
Yes.
It made me say, let me get a rotisserie chicken.
Yep.
And then I can grab some steamable vegetables, and that will be a little healthier than saying, okay, let's just go buy Kentucky Fried Chicken or something else and grabbing a meal. Right. It really makes you think. You really do stop and think about what you're eating. You really do stop and think about how many times you're moving. I can remember times that if it was cold or rain or something, I would get up and walk around my house.
Right.
Walk around my house.
I do it.
So the program is a wonderful, wonderful program. It really, really helped me. It made me be mindful and conscious of the things I was eating, what I was putting in my body, how much I was moving, how it was going to benefit me. So
okay. I love it. Now, I want to bring everybody else back on because there's one part of this that I think we would be remiss if we didn't touch on, because we've talked a lot about our habits. We've talked a lot about the food aspect of things. But we all know that emotional wellness and practicing self-care are very important when we're trying to make serious behavior changes. I want to dive a little bit deeper into that. So I want to throw out to the group, what roles does your emotional wellness play in committing to this lifestyle that apparently we're all committed to now? What role does your emotional wellness play?
Well, I guess I'll jump in there. I have a big mouth and talk all the time. I'm an only child, and my mom just celebrated her 86th birthday Sunday.
Wonderful.
So, I think in terms of if anything should happen to her, I need to be there to be able to help her. I don't want to be, dependent upon someone else to do things that I want to be able to do for my mom. We as women, and I say all women of color, especially women of color, we think in terms of we're the caregivers. We're the ones that, I can't do this for myself because I got to make sure so-and-so gets where they got to go. They got to do this. They got to transport this person, take care of this person and everything. And then we're the bottom of the list. But then I thought in terms of what I've learned through the program is that I need to be at the top of the list so that I can help everybody going down that list.
Yes. Just like when they tell you on the airplane, you have to put that oxygen mask on first. I know that I learned that when I would get stressed, I don't know if anybody can relate to this. I was a stress eater. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Most people can relate. But what I did is, you find and you replace, right? And so emotionally, if I was stressed, I would say, and I know Michelle Webb's probably watching out there, our chief communications manager, she'll get a kick out of this. We do this thing where we go take that walk. So before I'll go grab the food now, I go and take a walk. I make sure that daily I commit to taking a walk that totally, takes my mind off of everything. I listen to some soca, some house music, whatever it is, just to make sure that I'm not repeating a bad behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Want to throw to someone, what does self-care mean to you? Tiffany, what does self-care mean to you? How are you taking care of yourself?
I always say, you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Oof.
You cannot pour from an empty cup. So it's important to take care of yourself first. And so that, that could mean getting more sleep. That could mean, because as we know, the CYL Squared program, it focuses on the whole person. How are you managing your stress? How are you sleeping? Like, it's holistic. It's not just segmented, move more, eat less, So taking care of yourself is important so that, you can serve others.
Yeah.
And so you take that time for yourself. For me, sometimes that means getting up earlier in the morning, because I know I need that time to myself so then I can be present for others.
Yeah.
So it's important.
I got one last question. What advice would you have for others who want to make that change and practice more self-care? Because I know a lot of you all are wives and mothers, and apparently, like you all have already said, you all are often putting yourself last.
Mm-hmm.
What advice do you have for making those changes?
I would say just step out, make the change. It may be a little scary at first, but once you get around others, you'll see you're not in the struggle by yourself.
Yes.
And that's it. You gotta take the first step, and then you'll see that there's so much love and support, so much information, but you just got to step out and take the chance. I encourage people all the time, just do it.
Yeah.
Just try it. You'll like it.
Thank you. Muriel, I know you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I would suggest start with small changes. You can't jump into it and try to do it all at once. Start with just changing one thing and then build on that, because sometimes you get overwhelmed. That's why fad diets don't work, because people get overwhelmed, they stop. But if you make small changes, start drinking water more, and exercise. And it's the little differences, the small tweaks of your everyday life that makes changing your lifestyle change your life. For me, it's not about weight loss. It's about living.
Mm-hmm.
This program has truly changed my lifestyle, and it has changed my life.
Oh, well, you know what? That may be the mic drop of the day. And I just want to tell you all, thank you for all that you do in the community. Thank you for keeping other participants encouraged, on this journey. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. This was amazing. This was absolutely amazing. I'm going to wrap up here tonight. I want to thank our partners. Oh, our wonderful partners. We cannot overstate how much your partnership means to us at the Wellness Coalition, Rural Health Medical Program, and Watley Health Services. Everyone who took their time out to be featured in these videos, as well as all of the participants and coaches who put in that work tirelessly every day. I have to also thank our entire CYL Squared team at BWHI, led by one of my faves, Dr. Angela Ford. And it's all under our CEO, Linda Goler-Blount's leadership. This would not be possible without the funding from the CDC for over almost 11 years for this life-changing program. We have gotten their support, and we are grateful for that. Make sure that you encourage your family and friends to take our pre-diabetes risk test. You can go to our site or you can go to the partner sites. You can go to bwhi.org/CYL squared. You can download the app. Join our community. Thank you for joining us. And always remember, when you change your lifestyle, you will change your life. Until next time.